Live from the New England seacoast and sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. Dee, Nimmin, and Daniel Batal.
Woo! Mr. D. Nimmin, Happy New Year. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I came in flying with my konnichiwa little Japanese thing this morning. I don't know. I ran with it.
That's good. I like it.
Doing?
How's everybody
in the chat doing?
Yeah, everybody in the chat. How you guys all doing? You guys have a good holiday, a good New Year. We're starting this off right today. If this is your first time being here, let me explain exactly what we're doing here. Dee and I are going to be doing live channel reviews, but we do it in the form of a game show, and we actually have the YouTube wheel of best practices that we spin that chooses what we're going to look at on your channel, and it works this way. We look at if you get 3 things correct, 3 best practices in place, or if you fail to have those best practices in place, that decides whether we move you on to the final round or you strike out and we move on to the next contestant. So, and the winner at the end of this round will be able to pick whatever they want from the Streamyard merch catalog. I should rephrase that. They'll be able to pick an item from the Streamyard catalog. We did have one person go, I'll have 3 shirts, 6 mugs, 2 t-shirts. I'm like, no, pick one item. But you can pick any item you want. And they have great t-shirts, great coffee mugs, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. Anything you want, and we'll send it out to you to the winner. So, Dee, explain to them what we're going to be doing so that they can, how we pick a contestant to come on up and start playing the game with us.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to say pro tip here. If you are a winner and you do get a chance to choose something from the store, I would either go for the mug right here or the shirt that Daniel's wearing. This thing is like it's a soup bowl. I eat cereal out of this. I love
the mug. It is hands down my favorite mug out there. I use this more than anything because you can put so much liquid into it.
For comparison, look at how little this other mug is.
They say size doesn't matter, but it does when it comes to coffee mugs. Who knew? So listen, there's actually a tool called the giveaway tool that's part of Streamyard right now that we're going to use to give you a word that you can type into the chat. When Dee puts that up, the word is Streamyard. Spell it exactly as you see it on screen. Put that into the chat, and the Streamyard giveaway tool is going to automatically pull someone from the chat who's typed that in. You only need to type it once. You don't need to type it more than once because it ignores everything after your first time. So type it in once, and it'll pick someone from the chat to find our first contestant for the game today.
That's right. And if you're a Streamyard user, you also have access to this tool. It is available for all the accounts. You can get it by going to streamyard.com/giveaway. This thing is fantastic. You can put any word, any hashtag. So if you have a crew name or a hashtag that you like to use, or you just want to be goofy with it, you can put that word in. And as you're going to see here, if Daniel's ready to get the timpani.
Geraldo? Is Geraldo with us? Oh, no, his brother Hector's in today. We have Hector in. I guess Geraldo's still... Geraldo might be recovering from the long holiday and New Year's season. They know how to celebrate down in their household. So, Hector, it's good to see you.
They do. And the way this works, it's so easy. You can see here we have the entries. This is how many people have actually typed the word Streamyard in right now. And all we have to do is hit draw, and it's going to randomize and look through the chat. And everyone who's typed this word in, it's going to choose one winner. Then we're going to pull that channel up. Geraldo, is it Geraldo or Hector today?
Hector's here today. So, Hector, you ready to roll? He's giving me the nod yes. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Who's it going to be? Oh, man, our first contestant in the new year.
Of the year.
There we go. Life with Maren. Life with Maren. Let me find your channel.
Live with Maren. Okay, so the way this is going to work, if you're just coming in, Daniel is going to pull up your channel, and then we're going to spin the wheel, and that wheel is going to decide what we look at on your channel.
So I have her website, her YouTube channel. We can pull this up, but we're not going to look at anything. As Dee said, we have the wheel of YouTube best practices that we're going to use to make the decision for us. Let's open that right up. Ooh, beautiful. That wheel looks better every day. So we're going to spin this, and whatever this wheel lands on, that's what we're going to look at on your channel to see if you have been applying this best practice to optimize your channel, not only for YouTube, but for the viewer experience, the target audience you're trying to reach.
Let's go.
I oiled this myself today, D.
All right, good. Starting the new year strong.
There it is, clear thumbnail. So the question becomes, going to your channel, Life with Maren, do we see clear thumbnails on your channel? Is it easy for the viewer to understand exactly what the content might be about? So let me pull over your channel here. I'm going to go over to the videos tab. Let me scroll down a bit. D, I'm going to let you start this one off. Let me pull the old man magnifying glass up.
Good,
what do you think about some of these thumbnails?
I need the old man magnifying glass.
We both do.
What do we have here? Full interview, self-care, top secret, top 5 tips to be intentional. It's time to slow down. Reset. Okay. Man, on the fence here. I'm on the fence on this because I think the thumbnails look good. You know what? Let's kick the New Year's off right. We did this last time.
Oh boy.
You guys liked it.
Are we going to go to the Lions?
We're going to We're going to throw it to the crowd. We're going to see what the crowd says here. Listen, if you think these thumbnails are clear, if you understand what the video is about by looking at the thumbnail, give us a thumbs up in the chat right now. If you do not think they are clear, give us a thumbs down. You're going to decide if these are clear thumbnails or not, because I'm on the fence. Daniel, what say you?
I'm on the fence too, because some of these, when I see 5-minute meditation, I think I know what that is. But then when I see reset with script, I can't read underneath. I don't know what that is. When I see top 5 tips to be intentional, I feel like I know what that is. But full interview, I have no idea what. So I'm back and forth. I'm just like you. I'm completely on the fence, which is an uncomfortable place for a man of my age to be.
It is. We have it's a mixed crowd in here. It's a mixed crowd. We got a lot of thumbs up. We've got a lot of thumbs down. This is a tough one. We need a thumb counter.
We do need a thumb counter. D, I'm going to let you make the call.
Clarity. For clarity, I'm going to say, this is a tough one, man. For clarity, I'm going to have to say, no.
No one likes to start the game out with a strike. But the great thing about this game, as we've learned in the past, 1 strike, 2 strikes doesn't mean a thing, because the wheel decides what we look at next, and channels can turn this around in an instant.
Before we spin the wheel here, let's talk about what she might be able to do to add some clarity on here, because there is a thumbnail like top 5 tips to be intentional. That one is clear. So I would say moving forward, try to keep that in mind, like do it on purpose, kind of close, but do what on purpose, right? Think about just adding a little extra clarity. Like, you're so close. You were right on the fence. You were like, if you would have had just a couple of thumbnails in there that just added some clarity, I think you would have moved on to the next round.
It is a new channel. Look at the amount of videos. We're seeing all of the videos on this channel. So I will say this, for the amount of videos you've made, I think that you're off to a great start. You're off to a great start. But I agree with D. I would say this. Just think about this. I always ask this question. If you took the thumbnail out of context, without the title, would people pretty much be able to get what this video is about? And if it's taken out of context and it's really hard to understand, then usually I would consider maybe going with another avenue with the thumbnail and trying to bring it into focus, because usually thumbnails are the first thing that a viewer sees.
Right. And you know what? I think, because you don't have to put text on a thumbnail, right? This is something you're going to have to test to see how your audience responds to text on a thumbnail. But I feel like if you are going to put text on a thumbnail, that's where you need to add some sort of a compelling element that makes me curious or makes me want to click on it, and add some sort of, make it a question, or make it in a way where I just like, oh yeah, I have to click on that. That makes sense. Or that some sort of a word that triggers me, right? You got to understand what's going to actually trigger your audience, what's going to get them to click in the first place. But if you're just putting words up there that don't really add much to the thumbnail, but like Daniel said, you're just getting started, and I think you're off to a great start. Graphically, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I see a lot of positive things. I just dial it in just a hair so that everything 100%. Is really understandable, and people know what your channel is about too when they look at these thumbnails at a glance. Let's go back to the wheel, and let's let's not waste any time here. Let's spin this thing again, and let's see if what we're looking at next. Did you get anything good for Christmas?
No, we didn't do that.
Oh. Link in the description. Dee, did you get a link in the description?
Yeah, I got links in the description for Christmas. No, for this year for Christmas, because we are still in another country. We say, you know what? The more we purchase, the more we have to carry. So
that's true.
Yeah, we just ordered food all day and we binged Netflix all day long.
There is nothing wrong with that. Netflix and chill. You heard it here first, folks.
You got it.
That's what's going on.
All
right.
Links in the description.
Links in the description. Let's go to the most recent 3-minute video. I'm going to click on that one. I'm going to see. Dee, can you quickly explain to people why links in the descriptions might be important for optimization for a video?
Yeah, so the whole idea, when someone watches your video, the best thing that you can do is get them to watch another piece of content. And the easiest way to do that is to take advantage of the tools that YouTube gives us to where you can link out to another relevant piece of content or a relevant playlist. Now, of course, this is going to be depending on your channel goals. Maybe you're not trying to get people to watch another video. Maybe you're trying to lead people into a sales funnel. That's fine. But having a link in your description, preferably above what we call the fold, which is the see more button. That means that people don't have to click on see more or read more. I believe that's what it says on a mobile device. So as soon as they look at your video, if they scroll down a little bit, they're going to see a link linking out to a relevant video, relevant playlist, or maybe to your website even if your goal is to lead somebody into your sales funnel or sell a product.
Yeah, and she does have a watch this next, so we're going to give her a win there. That is 1 and 1.
All right.
The one thing I would add to anybody who's considering this is the 2 tips that Dee just said there is, 1, make sure it's above the fold. See, when I collapse this on desktop, I can't see a link to another piece of content. Try to get that above the show more, even if you interrupt your description. Just put the first sentence of your description, come back, drop the link in, pick the description back up, much the way you might see an advertisement on a YouTube, on a website on Google. When you're scrolling, you'll see an ad come up in the middle, but you can scroll right past it. Same kind of thing. Drop that recommendation in there where someone can see it. And the other thing I would add is you've got watch this next. Think about the viewer. If you're going to say, think about why would they want to watch this next? Because you said watch this next. Or if maybe think about the same way you would title a video, try to put words in there that help them understand why they should watch this next. Tell them what it's about. Tell them a reason to go over and watch that next video. So optimize for that viewer, get it above the fold, say things that would compel them to click, and try to earn those extra views because they can really help in the long run.
I like to do 2 things here. 1, I love to use an emoji, a colorful emoji. Sometimes it's fire, sometimes it's a pointy finger, just to draw attention to it because there's a bunch of text happening and eyes are going all over the screen. Something that breaks the pattern and draws attention to it. Then I tell them, watch next or watch this next. And then I, just like Daniel said, I add a short little compelling title that makes sense and that's relevant to the video that they just watched because it's going to increase the likelihood that they're going to click on that and then go watch another piece of content.
100%. Let's spin that wheel again and see what we're looking at next. We're at 1 and 1. Hector's right on point, man. I don't want to say anything about his brother, but he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, optimized playlist. Does this channel have optimized playlists? When we talk about optimized playlists, people, what we're saying is, does the channel put together content in a way inside of playlists that have strong titles, strong descriptions, and that they work together so they don't just feel like a grocery cart of content put together like uploads, popular uploads. Playlists that really speak to the value proposition, that have strong titles. That's what we're looking for, okay? And as I scroll down, Dee, this is what I'm looking at right now. I'm seeing collaborations. I'm seeing intentional living tips and tricks, better, no description. I'm seeing good food things. I'm seeing uploads. I'm seeing below that is popular uploads. I'm seeing writing prompts and journal with me. This is another one where I'm on that fence again. And unfortunately, if you're going to leave, if I get the chance to make the call this time, I'm going to say you're on the weaker side of the fence. I'm going to call this one a strike. What I would tell you here, my friend Maren, is think about how you can, instead of just collaborations, right? What are you collaborating about? Like, talk about the topics. Think about the conversations that would compel somebody to click. Because if someone said to me, "What's Maren's channel about?" and I said collaborations, they'd go, I don't understand. Oh, let me explain better. Good food things. Oh, it's a recipe cooking channel. No, let me give you another example. Uploads. They go, wait a minute, I thought it was, I'm really confused. Isn't it a food channel? Let me give you another playlist. Popular uploads. Now I'm really confused. You're not helping me understand the channel. But then when you get into writing prompts and journal with me, and more importantly, when you did intentional living tips and tricks, I start getting more of a feel that this is a lifestyle channel. So that's what I would really try to think about. Make sure that all of these elements out of context help support the value of that channel. So the viewer understands if they get served a playlist in search or on their homepage of YouTube, which they can be served there, that it will compel them to click and watch.
You know, Daniel, the thing that I always fall back on is to think like the viewer, right? Think like the viewer and write your titles, make your thumbnails, create your playlist, write the descriptions in your playlist, your chapters, everything you do, write it for the viewer so it makes sense to them so they can easily find the content that they're looking for, or set it up in a way to where you could present it to them to where it gets their attention. Because maybe, you know, how many times have you opened up YouTube and you didn't realize that you wanted to watch a bear come sit next to a guy that was camping, and then they show you that video and you're like, that's what I want to watch right now.
That was cool.
That was a great video. So sometimes you need to give them a little nudge and just let them know that this is the content that I have and make it really easy for them to find it.
Right. And he means give the viewer a little nudge, not the bear. Never nudge a bear. If we've learned anything today, I think that's the most important thing.
Moving forward in 2022, pro tips, don't nudge bears.
Don't nudge bears. What are we looking at next? We're at 2 strikes and one hit.
Yep. What's it going to be?
Oh, it got past cards. That barely ever happens. End screens. End screens are super important. Dee, explain to people the idea of end screens and how you think they should be used and why they're important to the viewer.
Okay, so an end screen should be used exactly like the link in your comment or a link in your description. That's another tool that YouTube gives us to allow the viewer to watch another piece of content. Now, one strategy that you can use here, Daniel does this. I've started doing this with my videos. I didn't do it early on, but I found that this is a lot better for my audience, is link out to a single video. Instead of giving them a bunch of different options to choose from, think about leading them intentionally to the proper video, to the relevant video, the one that makes the most sense for them to watch. And pro tip here, make it the same video that you link to in your description. Make it the same video that you use in your card. Make it the same video that you use as a pinned comment. Think of it as like a all roads lead to Rome.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, first of all, she does have an end screen and a singular one, so that is a hit. She's 2 and 2 right now. But exactly like Dee said, understand how YouTube works. YouTube is using traffic data to understand what kind of content they should recommend to the viewer next. So if you start using, it's never just about a card or just about an end screen or just about a link in the description or just about a pinned comment. It's about how all of those things work together and send similar traffic signals back to YouTube. If you get them all pointing in one direction and no matter where someone clicks, it all starts sending the same traffic signal back, you can actually start influencing the way YouTube recommends your content. It's not always just about views, it's about viewer behavior.
Yeah, and I know you've tested this on your channel. I've tested this as well extensively. This is a solid strategy to use moving forward into 2022.
Totally agree. Let's get back to the wheel again. Hector. 2 and 2. This is going to decide it. Will she move on? Maren, we're rooting for you. And there it is, pinned comments, pinned comments.
Knocking out all the tools.
Boy, it's all of them today. And this is exactly what Dee was just talking about. We were both just talking about being able to pin a comment, but not just any comment. Now, we give credit either way here. I personally think, and Dee a lot of times agrees with me, on a smaller channel, really think about pushing him towards more content. But really a pinned comment that intentionally has some sort of a call to action to it. I'm not a big fan of asking people to subscribe. There's already a subscribe button there, but I like pushing them towards more content. Or maybe if you're trying, maybe you have an affiliate link and you're trying to generate some revenue, or maybe you have a website that has like a email opt-in and you want them to click so you can gather some email data and build an audience and community outside of YouTube. Intentionality, those pinned comments can be really important. Let's see, we're right at her newest video here, so that should be one that would have a pinned comment. And unfortunately, Dee, we do not have a we do not have a pinned comment. That's okay. Don't feel bad, Maren. I hope that everyone out there is learning from these tips. What you really want to do is think about how you can integrate these best practices. And you don't have to use every single one of them, but we try to show you as many opportunities you have to influence that viewer behavior and work with intentionality on your channel. Because being intentional about the way you build can reap all kinds of benefits for you. All right. So think about how you can integrate these things into your own channel optimization. What's our word here? Thumbnails?
The next word is thumbnail. The next word, I'm sorry, thumbnails. The next word is thumbnails. And here's the thing about pinned comments. You're already making a link in your description. Copy that. Copy the emoji, copy the wording, copy the title, copy the link. Take the exact same thing and just put it down as a comment and pin it yourself.
Yeah.
Really easy to do. What you're doing is you're giving people multiple chances to click on the same thing.
I couldn't agree more with that, because the exactly what you just said there was, when you're thinking about using emojis, you're trying to, why would you use an emoji in a description like that or next to a pinned comment? Because it gets someone's attention as they're looking through all that text on the screen. What might draw their eye towards it? A nice big red thumbtack or something by that pinned comment. Put a big red thumbtack emoji before it, and it actually looks like you've pinned it there. Things like that can really grab the viewer's eye, stop them in their tracks, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to stop. We do that with thumbnails, titles, packaging, messaging. We're trying to stop that viewer in their scroll and go, what's this? I want to check that out.
Exactly. It's all about grabbing the viewer's attention. When someone is already on your video, it might be a little bit different if they're watching on a mobile device, but if they're on a desktop computer, you're competing with the sidebar, you're competing with YouTube telling them what to watch next, right? But you can guide that viewer through, and you can help them tell them what to watch next. Instead of letting YouTube do it. That's going to help you. It's going to benefit.
Well, you know, YouTube's going to do it anyway, right? YouTube's going to push them in one direction. The difference between you as a creator and YouTube wants them to watch any video on the platform to keep them watching. We as creators, we prefer it to be one of ours if we can do that.
Exactly. That's key. Hector, you ready?
Hector, let's do the thing.
Here we go. Who's it going to be? Hector's on point today.
I like what he's doing.
I think you need to maybe furlough Geraldo.
Philippines cheeks. Philippines cheeks.
Philippines cheeks. Okay, Philippines cheeks. Now, this is one of my favorite parts, as I love to guess what the channel's about if I'm not sure. I'm going to guess he's someone living in the Philippines, because if you're not, you just completely blew an opportunity here. I'm going to guess you live in the Philippines. Maybe you're documenting your life in the Philippines, travel vlogger, something along those lines. Let me get you pulled up here and let's see what you're doing. All things Philippines.
You guessed it. So we can say this. We do have a new segment that's been added to the wheel that we should probably make sure that people are aware of. And that is that there's a slice in here that actually says clear right up here in the yellow. It says clear channel name. So if you can see that, I've got it right centered right there. Clear channel name. A lot of times that one of the things we were talking about last season was some of the channel names are like these weird, like, way too many characters stuffed together, hard to read, no idea what the channel might be about. And intentionality in a channel name can be really important. Either using your own name so people know that you're the entity that they're going to get to know, or a branding play where you're naming your channel a certain thing that speaks to the value of the channel. Super important stuff.
All right.
Are you ready to do this?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Oh, wait a minute. We need to reset this wheel. Got to give a fair chance here. Okay, let's do it now. All right, moving right along.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh, that went back. Link in the description. We just talked about this a minute ago. Link in the description. Hugely important when it comes to understanding where you can push the viewer towards more of your own content.
All right, let's have a look. Let's randomly pick a video, not a live stream. Let's just pick a video.
Megan says my mic is a little loud. I'm going to pull it back just a touch. You guys let me know if I'm a little loud or not. Let's see. I'm going to go to the very first video here. Let's scroll down. I do see links. I have to be clear. Subscribe here. I see a subscribe. I see a buy me a coffee, help feed the poor children in the Philippines. Maybe he's one of the poor children in the Philippines. There is also a link for watch more videos here. Let me see if let me open that another tab. That just goes back to his channel. So that's just I don't understand why you would. That's the same thing as your channel name. If I clicked on it, I don't know why you would link back to your homepage when that does that right there.
So the question is, does he have a link in the description?
He does have links in the description, but when we say link in the description, I guess we have to give it to him, right?
We got to give it to him because it could. Here's the thing: if your channel goal is to only get subscribers, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend moving into 2022. And Daniel, let me know what your thoughts on this moving forward in 2022. Chasing subscribers in 2022 is the wrong way to go. Understanding your audience on a deeper level and making a connection with them, that is the way to go. And the best way you can do that, as Daniel likes to say, is influencing audience behaviors, getting them to watch another piece of content. That's going to trigger YouTube and let YouTube know that that viewer likes watching content on your channel, and they're going to serve them your content even if they're not subscribed, if you can get them to watch more content. So, if your goal is subscribers, you do technically have a link, so we're going to give it to you. But I would recommend linking out to a playlist of relevant content, linking out to another video. That is going to be better for you in the long run moving forward this year.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that he's hidden his subscriber count, something I'm not a fan of. So I don't know if subscribers clearly are important one way or another to him because he's chosen not to let people know how many subscribers he has. So that was an intentional move. So whether he's thinks he doesn't have enough and he thinks that would hurt him, or he has so many that I know some people who don't want to make the idea of how many subscribers you have be an issue, which I think is, for me personally, when I go to a channel that hides a subscriber count, I don't watch them anymore. It's a weird thing. It's like someone who tells me, like, I know a friend of mine I grew up with telling me that they're 46. And I'm like, we went to the same high school, same grade. I'm 55. You're not 46. Like, what are you hiding? So if you're going to hide there, then how can I believe anything else you're going to do on your channel? It's one of those weird things. And for me personally, it's my own weird thing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So what's your thoughts on subscribers? I see so many people chasing subscribers, and they're just, how can I get more subscribers? How can I get more subscribers? Look, the YouTube is constantly changing things. Moving into this year, brand new year, new opportunities, how do you think people should move forward with that?
Well, here's the thing. Subscribers as a metric are not important to YouTube. YouTube does not recommend your content more. Subscribers as a metric is not important to YouTube. They do not recommend your content more because you have more subscribers. They don't treat your next video tomorrow in a different way because you have more subscribers. What they do is what it does is it opens up YouTube features. So you can get monetized after you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. You can start opening up your community tab after you have, now it's down to 500 subscribers. You start opening up, you can get a silver play button, which is nice to be, rewarded for the success you've had on your channel. You start getting things like channel memberships at certain subscriber count. So for unlocking YouTube features, it's still kind of important, but I know plenty of channels that have lots of subscribers that get no views. It's about getting people to click, watch, and then come back and watch again, whether they're subscribed or not. So don't get so focused on subscribers. Get focused on how to get people clicking, watching your content, and coming back to watch more.
100%.
So the metric we were looking at here, what the wheel pulled up was a link in the description. He did have description, so now we're on to another spin. That's a one win. Let's do it. All right, let me get over here. Here's that wheel. Let's spin this thing again. Hector, you ready? And people, while you're playing along, don't be afraid to be working on your channels in the meantime.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We might pull you up.
Yeah, you might win. This is completely random.
End screens. Another one we've talked about already. That's an easy place where you can, I'm going to go right here. This one from December 26th, so it's a newer video. So let's go to the end. Let's see if he's using end screens to push the viewer towards another piece of content. And he, in fact, is. That is a second win for our friend Philippines Cheeks. Philippines. I feel like I'm doing the $100,000 pyramid. Like I'm giving you clues and you have to guess what it is. Philippines Cheeks. No, not working. All right, let me get that wheel going again.
Where is
if I could just find my cursor.
Let's go, Hector.
Hector, you ready, Hector? Do it. And we are going to look at, this could be a win.
Something new, yeah.
Cards. Cards usually comes up all the time. Today, it's the first time it's come up for us. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So cards, again, Dee, explain to people what cards are and why they might be helpful for optimizing and growing your YouTube channel.
All right, as I do that, I already know he has one, so you want to point to it with your old man magnifying glass up there in the corner?
I will go right up here. See that
so
eye?
Cards are another tool that YouTube gives us. And here's the thing. Look at all of the tools that YouTube gives us to get the viewer to watch another piece of content. Take that as a hint. They give us end screens. They give us cards, right? Cards are going to show up in the upper right-hand corner. End screens, cards. We can put links in the description. We can have pinned comments. YouTube has given us all the tools and saying, hey, get the viewer to watch another piece of content. If you're not using these tools, you're missing out on views. You're leaving views on the table, and he's got them. He's got them, and he's moving on. That's 3, right?
That is 3. So that is our first winner of the day. Moving on to the final wheel spin at the end of our show. And just to remind people, this game show gets going even faster as we get into the final last 30 minutes of this particular game, because we go sudden death.
We go sudden death. That's right.
Let me add his name.
It moves fast.
Really fast, like ridiculously fast.
It moves really fast. Okay, the word to type in right now is pinned comment, and we're going to start speeding this up a little bit faster now. We're going to try to get even more channels in before we move into sudden death. So go ahead and type that in. Pinned comment. As you notice, I keep using words that we're talking about today. I want to drill these into your head, because the goal here is when we pull up channels, is for you to have all of the things. Have all of the things. Not so just that you win, because we want you to succeed on YouTube. And you're going to succeed on YouTube by doing all of the things. And having a pinned comment is one of them. Daniel, Hector, you ready?
Ready.
Let's go. Who's going to be this time?
Seeing some familiar channel names in here today.
Yeah.
Little Crafty Nook.
All right, Nikki. Now, here's the thing. Nikki is one of my channel members. Daniel, I don't know if is she one of your channel members as well? I'm not sure if she is or not.
I don't think she's in my memberships group, but we've had discussions in multiple different, because we're all parts of most of the same groups. I kind of forget sometimes who's in what group.
Exactly. Yeah. Here's the thing, Nikki. If don't let me down. Don't let me down, Nikki.
Oh boy, Nikki, pressure's on.
Anytime you have somebody that's part of your private membership group, you're like, come on, you need to be doing all the things.
Yep. Oh, well, I hate it when you tell me, like, Daniel, pull up your channel and show them. I'm like, oh man, I better not screw this up. This could go horribly wrong.
Let's go.
Let's spin that wheel and see what we're looking at today, Nikki. Hector, you're just doing fantastic, my friend. Don't tell your brother. We like you better. There it is, end screens. End screens, again, so important, because it's an easy spot where you can recommend more content to the viewer who happens to be watching the piece of content that they're watching currently. So let's pull up this one from a day ago. It is, I'm making sure the length, 6 minutes and 49 seconds long. It's not a short, because video has to be over 25 seconds to add an end screen, for anyone who's wondering about that. And when I go to the end, in fact, there are 2 end screens here. So you do have end screens. She's doing all the right things. And she's got one end screen, and then she's got a list of, she's got a playlist that shows other content. One thing I want to think about, I'm not against that, Nikki. I think its intentionality is important, but I do want you to understand that every time you give someone a choice, that means that one person can come and click one thing, another person comes and clicks another, and these send different traffic signals back to YouTube. So maybe consider just doing the playlist or just doing the single video, because if you give them one choice, either they click or they don't click. And what that does is, no matter what the viewer does, they always send back the same traffic signals. And those redundant traffic signals can be really important for a smaller channel. When you get bigger and you've got a lot of content, you can start really shaking it up, especially if you're doing something like a Good Mythical Morning that has multiple shows and episodes. People might have seen a lot of the content and they give them choices of which show to watch. But when you're small and you're really trying to grow, being intentional and pushing them in one direction can really pay dividends. So think about that.
All right.
Let's get back to the wheel
again.
Let me just find the wheel.
Make me proud,
Hector.
Nikki. Make me proud.
We need to take timpani lessons. There it is, clear thumbnails, clear thumbnails. Now, we talked about this earlier, Dee. Why are clear thumbnails important, and what do we mean by clear thumbnails?
Look, when you think about clear thumbnails, you need to think about a thumbnail that if it were to stand alone, no title, no anything, it's a good indication of what the video is. Either It has a compelling element to where it draws them in through curiosity, or it triggers them to where they have to click. It just adds complete clarity and lets the viewer know what the video is about, or it compels them to click in some way. That does not mean that you have to stuff it full of words or you have to do something crazy with it. It just has to stop people from scrolling and get them to click.
All right. This is your channel member, so I'm going to let you wield the axe here.
Oh boy. You're gonna do me dirty like this. Okay, popping up the die cuts. Die cuts. Okay.
Let me jump in right here because I'm going to give you a little food for thought. I'm going to say this, Nikki. I'm having a lot of trouble reading all this tiny text down here, and especially when you have so many words and you have to understand that most viewers, the vast majority, are going to be watching your content on a mobile device. Like, all of this can potentially just get lost. Like, none of these black words down on the bottom. I'm using desktop with a magnifying glass.
And I still can't read it.
And I'm wrestling with what's going on here. And then some of the color choices, like this purple on the teal, kind of aqua blue back here, like that, those colors are make it, they almost look fuzzy the way that it's hard to read there. So I'm going to tell you, first of all, if you're using text, you have to make sure that the text is readable and try to opt for a few words, not a lot of words. I'm going to go back down here, the same thing. I can see Christmas colors, but speaking of colors, you've got green over red over white, and it's very hard for me to really be able to read that. I'm using the magnifying glass. When I move away, it's very hard to read, even on desktop with a magnifying glass, and then the text underneath is lost in it. So the text element of it, I'm having trouble with. When I look at the visual end, I think some of these, it looks like you're creating different types of cards. That I like. When it's simple, that looks great. This is a little cluttered here, but I still get that it's like you're definitely doing projects and making some kind of card stock or paper stock projects. This one's, I get it's a rewind, but there's so many images here. I would never be able to visually understand that from a mobile device.
Nikki, it breaks my heart to do this. So here's what we're going to do, Nikki. Come into the member stream on Sunday. We're going to work on your thumbnails and get you up to speed.
Yep. Hey, listen.
We need to work on the clarity here.
I think that this shows that we may not be the prettiest judges in town, but we are the most impartial judges when it comes to judging the best practices on your channel.
Well, again, like you said, here's the thing, and everybody can look at their metrics on this. The majority of your views these days will be coming from a mobile device, and for most channels. So you have to look at the stuff on your phone. Look at it on your phone, and does that make sense to you?
Yep. Oh, I'm making noises over here. Okay, so now, what are we at? Was that one strike, or is that?
That was the first strike.
First strike. Okay. So let's do this again. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to look at next.
Let's go.
Spin. It was me. Hector was on point, and I just didn't pull the wheel hard enough. All right, well, there's cards. Cards again. We've talked about it before. There's really no excuse at this point for not having a card in at least your most recent videos because it's so important. Let me check the link, 649. As I come here and I look in the upper right, I don't have to look any farther than that white dot with the information I, and that is a full-on win. Nikki, well done. You have redeemed yourself in the eyes of your makers.
So that's 2 and 1.
That's 2 and 1. Okay, I thought there was another one. Yeah. So two hits, one strike.
Yep, 2 hits, 1 strike.
All right, cool. See, we're old. We can't count really well. Hector, do it. Very exciting.
What's it gonna be?
Pin comment. Pin comment. Just shot past the link in the description. Again, pin comment. Why is that? What is a pin comment, Dee, and why is it important?
A pin comment. All right, so we've already talked about cards and putting links in your descriptions. And the easiest way to do a pin comment is take the link that you put in your description, put your little emoji, tell them to watch next, put a little blurb of text on there that sells it, gives them a reason to click, and then link out to another relevant video or playlist. Copy that, put that down, post it as a comment, and pin it. Daniel, can you show your screen and show people how to actually pin their own comment in the event that they don't know how to do that?
Sure. If you go now, you can only pin comments on your own content. So if you go to one of your own videos, all right, and let's see, let me go by most popular here. We'll pull a video up here. Now, this is one of my videos. If you go down, if you just add a comment, so you can see I have one pinned here. If I added a comment and I just wrote something in here, after I actually write that comment, if you go over to the right, it's kind of hard to see, but if you hover, these 3 dots show up. It's called the ellipsis. And if you click on that, it gives you the option to either, let me get the magnifying glass, hope it works, to either unpin if something is pinned, so you can pin or unpin, edit or delete. But you have the option, this one's already pinned, so if you click the pin, it will pin that comment to the very top so that no matter how many comments come in, your comment always stays at the very top. And if you want to unpin it, change it to anything, you can do that by clicking that 3-dot ellipsis, which is available on both mobile and the desktop site. And right here, exactly what Dee was talking about, I used a little lightning bolt. This was a Zach King editing tutorial, and I put another Zach King editing tutorial effect and used some emojis with an arrow, kept it short and sweet, told people this was a quick change close effect, something people asked me a lot about, and I pinned it at the top. And you can tell by the 294 likes that got and the 15 replies, it means that people actually do check out those pinned comments. They do like it, they do click it, and they are a powerful thing. So don't be afraid to use those.
They are a very powerful thing, and where all of this stuff really comes into play is as you do this across your entire content library, and as your channel grows, as you have some videos, and you're eventually going to have videos that are going to start doing really well, it's going to start lifting up all these other videos that they link to, and it's going to start rising up your entire content library.
And there is a pinned comment here, right here. If you missed the very first video in this month's series, click here, and there is a link to it. Thanks for your support. That is a win. That is number 3, right? So we have our second winner of the day.
Yes.
Moving on to the final round, the final wheel.
Did me proud. She did me proud.
Did you proud, Nikki? Thank you.
She did me proud. Congratulations, Nikki. Okay, the next word to type in is actually end screen. The funny thing about this, I flashed this on the screen like 2 or 3 different times, and only one person typed it in, and I don't even know if it was intentional. So type in the word end screen right now, because I'm going to tease you. I'm going to tease you so you can put these in while we're actually talking, because we're going to start moving fast. Hector, you ready?
Hector is ready.
Let's go.
I was just typing little. I was trying to type little crafty nook, and I wrote little nasty crook. That is, I got to stop.
That's her new name, little nasty crook.
Knowledge and relationships, 2 things I have trouble with. Let's pull that channel up.
Little nasty crook.
Little nasty crook. Oh man, it's the new year.
A whole different channel. I love it. I love it. All right, knowledge and relationships. Congratulations. Daniel's going to pull your channel up, and we're going to spin the wheel. And as always, the wheel decides what we look at.
I do have the channel. The channel's right here. Knowledge and relationships. This seems to be the channel. So okay. Let's go back to the wheel. Let's reset it so that we can make sure all of the slices and options are there. And Hector, you ready to do it? He's nodding yes. Let's go.
Let's go.
I love this part.
Yes.
Oh, this could be anything. It's a total free-for-all here. Oh, I thought it was going to be host choice for a second there. Pinned comment. There is no excuse for not having a pinned comment at this point. We've been talking about it for a while here. So let's check out his channel and make sure, in fact, that he does have a pinned comment on his most recent, let's go, it's a, how long is that? That looks like a live stream. I'm going to try to look here. Some of these are longer. Some of these are shorter. I'm just checking the length of the content. Yeah, it looks like some of them are live, some of them not. Knowledge. Let me see if he's using a pinned comment. And when I scroll down here, Dee, unfortunately, I am not seeing any pinned comment here.
You're not seeing it?
That is your first strike, my friend. Don't be afraid, even in longer videos, especially if they're live streams or anything like that. Don't be afraid. People don't always hang in there for the entire stream, but they will leave comments. As you can see on your channel, there are comments below that video. So if the people are going to comment, put a pinned comment there so that if they're going to scroll down and start typing anyway, put something there that might push them towards another piece of content.
Yep. All right. It's time to spin the wheel again. And I just want to say, if you have not done so yet, go ahead and give this stream give us a thumbs up. Share this out on social media if you haven't done this already. Let's get some more people in here and have a good time, because we're about to speed this up. It's about to get really, really fun here. Well, once we move into the sudden death round, the sudden death rounds, it moves really fast.
It is no joke. Prisoners. Speaking of moving fast, Hector, you ready? Good. Let's do it.
Let's go.
The wheel seems smoother.
You only get one chance with sudden death. One chance.
One chance.
Move through the channels really quickly with that.
Ooh, back to end screens again. End screens. We've talked about this already. It's an easy place to recommend more content. So I'm going to stay right on this video here, and I'm going to scroll to the end and see if there is an end screen of any type. I am seeing all kinds of knowledge and relationships and talking about all the people who might have been involved in the stream. Okay, I'm waiting for an end screen to pop up. I'm seeing subscribe, who was hosted by. It ends. And thanks for watching. Nothing.
Oh, nope.
Nothing.
All right.
Unfortunately, that's strike number 2. Knowledge and relationships. We've got a little knowledge we'd like to share with you. Make sure you're using these spaces to recommend your content to the viewer who might be watching along the way. Maybe they don't make it all the way through your video and watch the end screen. Maybe they just watch some of it and they go to leave a comment. Pin comments, links in the description above the fold. Use a card, use the end screens. It's about putting all these things together so that people can more easily find your content and you recommend it yourself, because YouTube's going to push them towards some other video next. You might as well jump in ahead and try to get them to watch another one of yours.
So I just want to take a moment to acknowledge something here in the chat. So Forest Fire 8 says, "This is my first time here. I have lots of work to do. I don't have much of any of this, I'll admit." Okay, here's the thing. This is exactly why we do this. If you're new to YouTube, or maybe you've been on YouTube for a while and you're struggling and you're trying to figure out why your channel is not building momentum, that's exactly what this stream is for. All the things we're going over, all the things the wheel has pulled up so far, these are things you need to have on your channel. And here's what I don't want you to do. A lot of people will look at larger channels that are already wildly successful and say, well, they're not doing this. This channel doesn't have a pinned comment. They're established already. You can take a large channel that has hundreds of thousands or even millions of subscribers and they get an insane amount of views. They have a built-in fan base. They could literally put up a video of a potato and not do any of the things and they would still get views. So don't look
I've
to
seen
other
that. I've been
channels.
thinking about that potato video lately. I want to talk to you about that later.
I know you have, right? So don't look at other channels and say, well, they are not doing it.
Yeah, the difference being here, like exactly what Dee is saying, larger channels have a built-in audience, so when they launch a video, lots of people are going to be served that video because they've already chosen to click the notifications. They've watched that other content already, so YouTube's going to recommend it based on viewer behavior. So if you don't have your channel momentum yet, you don't have all that viewer behavior traffic data for YouTube to act upon, take advantage of these different places to start creating more traffic data for YouTube to understand who to serve your content to.
So this is great. So we have another comment in here, Tack Attacked Adventures, difficult name there. They say, I use them in the beginning, but no one clicks on them.
Well, let's rephrase that. Does she mean she uses them at the beginning of the video, or that she was putting them at the beginning when she first started making videos? She did, and then she stopped.
Let's address both. Let's address both. Let's address both. So here's the thing. I'm assuming cards, or what are we talking about here? We're talking about cards. We're talking about, if it's end screens, it has to be at the end. So maybe you're talking about you did them at the beginning of your YouTube journey. Just because it didn't work for you then, that does not mean you want to stop doing them, because everyone in here and anyone who's had success on the platform, and by the way, if this applies to you, if you're having success on YouTube, type in yes right now, because you're going to agree with me. Everyone in here is one video away from changing the trajectory of your channel. Your next video, or it could be 10 videos from now, can change the direction of your channel. That next video, or 10 videos, or 50 videos from now, could be the one that changes everything, and all of your content is going to rise with it if you're doing all of the right things. So if it didn't work early on, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just means it didn't work at that particular time. Maybe you didn't have enough viewers. Maybe you weren't selling it the right way. Maybe you weren't linking up the right relevant content, right? For example, if I have a video where it's, hey, here's how to edit YouTube videos on your iPhone, and I try to link out to a video on how to clean your carburetor, that's not a good fit. So you want to make sure that it's relevant content that you're trying to get the viewer to watch next. This is key.
Right. And let's be honest here, like you have to give the viewer a reason to click one of these things, which means the video they're in at the time has to really connect with them. They have to love that video and go, this was great. I thought it was really informative. I was satisfied by the video and I want to go on and click another one. And interchange that statement with anything else. I used to use custom thumbnails at the beginning, but no one was really watching my videos, so I stopped using them. I used to make videos on YouTube, but no one was really clicking and watching them, so I stopped making videos for YouTube. You could put any other thing in that same phrase, and it wouldn't make sense. It's all about being aggressive, being intentional, and doing all the things moving in the right direction. Just because you don't have momentum or something's not working yet, start setting it up now so that you can, when your channel starts growing and you start getting more momentum, all of these things are in place and ready to go to really capitalize on that momentum and discovery when more of your content starts getting served out to the right target audience that you're trying to reach.
I'm glad you said that. A lot of times, and Daniel, I know you do a ton of channel reviews and you see the same thing. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, it's just a matter of YouTube not understanding the audience. Like your videos could be getting served to the wrong audience. You might be doing everything right, and you're like, well, this just isn't working out for me. I'm not going to do these things anymore because it's not working. It could be that YouTube simply does not have enough data on your channel to understand the audience to match up with your videos. And when that happens, that's where things start to change.
100%. Okay, so we're at one strike?
We're at one strike.
All right, let's spin this wheel again. Hector.
Let's go.
My wheel disappeared. Man, cards again. Now it's cards coming up.
Really?
There it is, cards. All right, so the same thing we just talked about, these opportunities to get in there and recommend more of your content. I'm going to go back to knowledge and relate. Are we still on knowledge and relationships?
Yep. And yeah, the first one was an end screen.
First one was an end screen. Okay, I'm losing track, man. You know what? The new year started out, and I'm already losing my mind.
We went off on a tangent on that.
I'm sorry, got talking too much. I'm going to pick a different one. Let me go to a completely different video to see if there's any cards being used. If there were cards in this, what I would see is a white dot in the upper right-hand corner that's recommending another piece of content. And unfortunately, I'm not seeing one. That is strike number 2. Let's get right back to the wheel, D. No playing around here. Let's get this thing moving. Hector. Spin that wheel. Let's go. It's moving pretty good. Clear thumbnails. Are your thumbnails clear in the sense that people can see them at a glance and understand what this content is about, the messaging, what's inside of this video, why they might want to watch that video? Let's go back to the channel and give you a fair shot here, knowledge and relationships. Let's look at a bunch of your thumbnails. D, I'm going to throw this back to you because, frankly, I think you're pretty good at thumbnails. What do you think?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Let's see. Social hour. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, so yeah, so here's the thing. Like we talked about earlier with Nikki's channel, the first thing you want to do when it comes to thumbnails is you want to make sure that you are optimizing for mobile first and foremost. And when you do that, that means that you need to use larger, bold, easy to read, contrasting text. You need to put, if you are going to use text, it has to be bold, simple, larger, and easy to read. The text that you're using on here, I can't even read it on a desktop when he's using his magnifying glass for some of these, so you don't have the clarity there. And I'm just not understanding what the actual videos are about by looking at the thumbnails by themselves. So unfortunately...
Yeah, that's a third strike, my friend.
Third
yeah,
strike.
and don't waste space. You got stuff like, you know, I can see like a little hand in the subscribe. Forget that. Focus on the messaging of what's going to be in the video. That's what you're trying to get across. Get that message across the same way you craft a really strong title. Try to get a visual equivalent in your thumbnail. It really helps push that title and the messaging of what's in that content forward.
All right, so Daniel.
Are we there?
Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what time it is? It is time for...
Sudden death.
All right, so sudden death. Things are going
Color
to
changes.
speed up on this one. Now, here's the thing. Before, you had 3 chances. Now you get 1. We pull up a channel. We spin that wheel once. That's all you got. We're going to move really fast. So the first thing that you're going to type in right now is the word watch time. And we don't even wait around for people to type this in. We're going to pull it up, show the word, and spin it immediately. Hector, are you ready?
Hector is ready. Let's do this.
Let's go. We're going to triple time it now.
Man, it's fast.
What's it going to be?
The winner is Heavy Metal Chef. Heavy Metal Chef. Let me find that channel really quick.
Right on. Heavy Metal Chef, man. I hope you were doing well, brother. Now, when Daniel pulls up your channel, I got to get the Streamyard tool and get ready for the next word. And by the way, in case you're wondering how we're actually choosing the winners, we are using the Streamyard free giveaway tool. If you're a Streamyard user, you can access that by going to streamyard.com/giveaway.
All right, let's do this. Hector, go. Whoop, wrong one. Hector, go. He's hitting the bell. All those nice things I said about Hector.
Yep. And I'm going to be sneaking the word on.
Optimized playlists. All right, nice and easy. Heavy Metal Chef, let's hope that you have optimized playlists. And by that, we mean playlists that are intentionally put together with titles and descriptions in them that help the viewer understand not only the content that's in those playlists, but the type of content they can expect from your channel now and in the future. Let me scroll down. I'm seeing uploads and popular uploads are the only two playlists I'm seeing on your homepage. I'm not going to dig any deeper. Unfortunately, my friend, you need to get some more playlists up here and running on your homepage. I'm just not even seeing it. If you had them, they should have been right here. And when I do go over to the playlist, I'm seeing Familia, rock, favorites. Unfortunately, my friend, that is not going to do it. That is a strike. You are out of the game. Really pay attention, people, to playlists. They are so important for organizing your content and getting people excited about what you're watching, and you can put them together in a way that funnels the viewer towards more of your content.
All right.
Game over.
All right,
man, that's harsh.
I was going to say moving on, but real quick, Heavy Metal Chef, you're a cooking channel. You should be organizing your videos based on the different types of recipes. You could have an entire playlist of 5-minute, easy 5-minute recipes, that sort of thing. So get descriptive on that. Okay, the next word to type in is the yard. As you can see, we're moving along quickly. One strike, one pass, that's all you got. The next word to type in is the yard. Hector, are you ready?
Hector is ready. He's nodding.
Let's go. Let's go.
The winner is Daniel and Yuka.
They've been on here before.
I believe we've had this one. Let me see if I can. Unfortunately, I'm really bad with any font other than English text.
Yeah, they have been on here before. I hope that they put into practice what we went over last time. I don't remember if they were on Sudden Death before or we did a full breakdown on the. Wow, look at that channel art. Holy moly.
That pops.
That really pops.
Okay, let's go right to it. We're going to spin that wheel, see what we're looking at. One shot is what you get here in the Sudden Death round. What's it going to be?
I don't see the wheel.
Optimized titles are the titles in your videos.
The wheel's not showing there.
Oh, it's not? Wow, why didn't it show? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. There it was. I apologize. It didn't switch over. It was optimized titles, but it says host choice, but down below, optimized titles is the one we actually got.
Weird.
So optimized titles, my apologies. That's I'm old. It happens sometimes. We're going to look at the titles on this channel. And Dee, explain to people again what we mean by optimized titles when we're referring to the titles of their videos.
Optimized titles, it depends if you're going for search traffic or if you're just going for just general suggested or browse traffic. But optimized title is going to be the title of the video that's either going to compel someone to click based on curiosity or something that's going to trigger them, or it's going to be something that clearly defines what the video is. So if you were to take the title as a standalone entity, you understand exactly what it is that you're clicking on.
Okay, so we're seeing
what we have here.
Japan 2021 2-week quarantine, exploring Sensoji Temple in I'm going to get these words wrong. Asakusa 2021, OLED Switch accessories in Metroid Dread. Boy, I tell you what, we're not looking at specifically the channel's value proposition, but why we have tech stuff going on in what I think is a channel about exploring Japan is really confusing to me. Dee, what do you think about some of these? I think some of these kind of work. The Tokyo, Walk 2021, exploring Ginza.
I understand what the video is about for most of them, so I would
advance.
I'm going to give it to him.
Perfect. Let's get them. We only actually have 2 winners in the final round here, so this is our third, Daniel and Yuka. We'll put them in. One of the next word that you need to type into the chat, people, is sudden death.
Sudden death. All right, we already got 70. Hector, you ready to roll?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I love how fast this moves now.
Winner is Dave Matney. Let me find his channel. Let me get
Awesome.
Daniel and
Congratulations,
Yuka
Dave
in there
and Matney.
too.
We're going to pull you up. You get one spin. The wheel is going to decide your fate. I hope you've been paying attention and adding all the pinned comments and the cards and the end screens while we've been streaming today.
Oh man, this moves so fast sometimes. It's like with all things going on, you should be taking those moments on your end to put these things in there. Dave, let me make sure I got the name right. It was I lost it again. Dave Matney?
Dave Matney, yep. Let's see. I have
Dave
no idea
or
what his
David?
channel is going to be about.
David Matney. There he is. Okay. All right. This is your channel. I'm not even going to say anything about it. We're going to go right to the wheel. I'm going to let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at on your channel for best practices today, Dave. And hopefully you have been paying attention on the way here, and that things are going to work out in your favor. We need more winners today. Let's roll this thing.
We do. Let's go.
Let me see the wheel now. It just disappeared again. Stop disappearing, wheel. Link in the description. Dave, are you using links in the descriptions of your videos to push the viewers towards more of your content? Let's go to your most recent video here, and I'm going to scroll down, and I do not want to see one above the fold, which as we described is above the show more. So if you do have one, consider making sure that it's above the fold. And as I scroll down, I'm going to start looking at some of the links in the description. What's my home worth? Free home valuation. Watch this next video. I'm going to give that a win, D. I think he's got stuff here. I even like the use of emojis. Yep. Don't be afraid to be a little more compelling than watch this next video. Tell people what the video's about if you're going to pop that there, but I think that's a win.
That's a huge win.
Advance.
Congratulations. Okay, the next word to type in is the wheel, because the wheel always decides. It's the great equalizer, and I love it. We already got 68 entries. Hector, are you ready?
Hector is ready.
All right, let's go. Boy, this moves fast. I love it. I love how fast this moves now. We should just do a whole show of sudden death.
Yeah, that's it.
An entire show of sudden death.
Eurostun, which I think is the weapon of choice in Great Britain. If they don't use guns, those police officers, they use the Eurostun. Take you down from a distance, too. Dangerous weapon.
Fun story here. So those of you who might know, Nick Nimmin is my brother. And when we were younger, we were raised in a fairly rural area, and it was easy for us to go to I think they call them flea markets or swap markets, and I don't know who in the world thought it was a good idea to sell us stun guns and cattle prods and stuff like that, but we would buy them. We would shock the living heck out of we would wake each other up by shocking with a stun gun or a cattle prod.
That explains a lot.
That's how we roll.
All right, there's
scars. Yeah,
Eurostun, now available in America.
Yeah.
All right, let's check the wheel and see what we're going to look at today here, Mr. Eurostun. Hector? Eurostun. I have to ask Nick his side of the story here. He's going to say that you probably started.
Remembers. Yeah, he was really young. It was total child.
Stunned the memory out of him. Pinned comment, Eurostun. Are you using pinned comments in your videos to push those viewers towards another piece of content? Let me go to the most recent piece of content you have up from an hour ago. Then let me see if you have in fact put a pinned comment here. I am scrolling down. This is a brand new video. I'm going to give him some slack. He might have just launched this, came over to watch the show, and said I didn't have a moment to pin a comment, but I will in the future. So I'm going to go to the previous video, because I don't want to have him here learning and have that be held against him. And when I scroll down, I do not see a pinned comment.
Game over.
That hurts. I hate to see that happen to anybody.
I hate to see that happen too. Okay, the next word to type in is YouTube. Type the word YouTube in. And the funny thing is, man, when I flash this on the screen, I'm really surprised sometimes when people don't just jump all over this, because we're only going to show it for just a couple of more seconds here. Hector, are you ready?
Hector is ready.
Let's go. Only 17 people got in on that one, I think.
So you got to move quick here.
Got to move fast, yeah.
The winner is Kino Imsur 1200 Cube. Man, I hope that the thing we look at is not clear channel names, because this might be problematic for you, my friend.
Yeah, here's the thing. You name your channel whatever you want to name your channel, but always keep this in mind in terms of brandability, in terms of just being able to tell somebody else, hey, I just found this new channel. You got to check it out. What's the channel name? Let me look at it. Oh, my phone battery's dead or whatever. I don't remember the name of it. right? Try to keep in mind branding, because you never know what your channel is going to be in the future. And of course, you can change your name. I think you can change your custom URL. I think it's 3 times within a year. Is that correct, Daniel? Are you
yes, I believe so. Yeah. I'm having trouble even finding this channel.
Right, here you go.
I'm literally filtering through search using nothing other than your name, which I think I have typed in here.
Do you have
properly.
the space after Kino correctly?
I have a space, and then, I'm not seeing operation.
They just said in the chat, they said, yes, I'm immediately changing it. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm having trouble even finding this channel here. And I'm filtered by nothing but channels and typing your name in. This is problematic. If I can't find when I filter by channel, what is their avatar? I'm trying to read. Let me know if you see it anywhere in here. Linked it? Doug linked it.
That's a great
All
word
right,
to
so
add
let me
next
see.
in. So branding would be the word to start typing into the chat right now.
All right, let me see. Doug just linked it. Let me see if I can find. Hold on one second. Doug is always my savior.
Yeah.
Let me just go down here to see if I can find his link. Catching up a bit. It's probably
See, right here, this is a perfect example of why a good brandable, easy name is good to use, because it can make it really difficult for people to share, for people to look up.
Megan, can you put that into the private chat for me, please, or so that we can pull that up, because I'm having trouble finding it here.
Perfect example right here.
Yeah, this is one of those things. If you make it hard for people to find your content, it's going to be hard for people to find your channel and content. It's as simple as that. And I know that that's harsh, but it really does. It really does pay benefits by trying to do things that make it easy for the viewer. Okay, we now have the channel, and this might be it because it's so brand new. I think the channel only has 2. We have it right here. We can pull it up. Here is the channel. There's only 2 videos on the entire channel. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have been applying best practices to both of the videos you have. So let's pull up the wheel of best practices and let's see what we're going to take a look at. Hector. There it is. Link in the description. Are you using Kino, I'm sure 1200Q. Are you using, it's even hard for me to remember the name. Are you using links in the descriptions of your videos to push people towards more of your content? Now, you only have 2. So I'm going to go to the most recent, and I'm hoping that this video reminds people that you do have, in fact, one other video on your channel that they could go watch. So if I go down to the description, I'm not seeing anything.
Game over.
Unfortunately, you did not move forward, but I also want to say welcome to YouTube. You only have 2 videos up on the channel. I'm guessing you're brand new. Welcome to YouTube. Learn as much as you can and enjoy the journey.
This channel joined on February 11th of 2013. So you've had the channel here for a while, but it doesn't look like you've been posting content to it recently. So this might be a newer thing, or you may have changed paths along the way. Yeah, just stay on it. Start building, start learning some of the things we're talking about here for really building a channel that's optimized for the viewers you're trying to reach, making sure that you're making content that serves that viewer's needs. And when they're watching those videos, make sure that the thumbnails are clear, the titles are clear. Make sure in those videos that use cards, end screens, link in the description, and pin comments to push them towards more of the content you've got on your channel. Start building now that you've only got a couple up. If you start doing the right things now, all of these things will pay much larger dividends in the future when your catalog starts to gain momentum and you've got 50, 100, 150, 200 videos up. Now they're all optimized to start pushing people towards more of your other content. Smart way to get ahead of it.
100%. I like to think of all of this as like you're planting a seed. Right, we're video farmers. We plant seeds. We water the seeds. Sometimes you get a good harvest. Sometimes you don't, and it depends on how you take care of the seed.
True.
All right, the word to type in right now is branding. Hector, are you ready?
Hector is ready.
Let's go. Let's go. What's it gonna be?
About the House. About the House. A great name for a channel. I love that. About the House.
I'm thinking it's going to be home renovations, maybe.
Well, home renovations or things about the house, meaning like anything that could be from renovations, tips for fixing problems, decorating. I'm going to think like this is for homeowners. This is people who may own a home or want to take care of their home.
Yep. I love the name.
About the House. Yeah, cool.
Love the name. Really simple, easy to remember. Love it.
About the House. About the House. Where's my
Is that the right one?
channel? Did I spell it right?
There it is. 3
This
down.
one? That it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Let's get back over to the wheel. I'm going to restore all the slices, and we're going to let the wheel decide what we're going to look at. If I can just pop it up here really quickly. There it is. Let's go. About the house.
It's going to be sneaking the word in there already.
Clear thumbnails. Clear thumbnails. Let's see, with such a clear channel name, let's see if the thumbnails are also clear. You know, about the house is like something that my son would say to me when I'd be like, did you clean up the house while I was away? And he'd go like, Dad, about the house. No,
About the-
I didn't.
About the house. Yeah. Remember
What
that
happened?
wall? Remember that wall you built? Yeah, we burned it down.
We burned that down.
Caught it on fire. Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Clothes for the winter. This looks like it's a hot tub that he's trying to close the hot tub for the winter. Running costs looks like hot tub money. It's a little. These seem like it's maybe more elements that I would want. But if I was going to say these clear, I'm understanding what they're about. This looks like he's trying to install a speaker or something to that effect. Putting a mission mid-range unit failure. He's replacing a speaker inside of a speaker
Home theater,
enclosure.
probably.
Top tips. This looks like tips for lawnmowers. This looks like fitting blinds into that house. How to measure glass in a window, it looks like, or windows for replacing windows in your house. What do you think here, D?
How about this? How about,
Lions?
ladies and gentlemen? How about you decide in the chat? Thumbs up if these are clear thumbnails. Thumbs down if these are not clear thumbnails.
Yeah, you tell us. We're going to
What
throw it
say
to the
you?
Lions.
What say you?
Your singular fate in the sudden death round has come down to the chat. Chat, tell us, when I'm trying to make sure that you guys can see these, I'll try to move around a bit. When you're looking at these, do you understand at a glance pretty much what these videos might be about? Does this make sense to you when you see these thumbnails? We're not asking if they're the perfect thumbnails, but are they clear? Is the messaging clear? Can people understand? I kind of get what this is about just by looking at the thumbnail itself.
We have an overwhelming amount of thumbs up.
Advance.
So About the House will be advancing into the next round. Congratulations, my friend. D, we got time here. Let's get another one going. What are they going to type into the chat?
2022. We've got a new year, new opportunities.
Nice.
I want to see everybody completely crush it in 2022. This is
Yeah.
your year. This is your year to go all in on social media. Because if you don't, this time next year, you're going to be wishing that you went all in on social media in 2022. Whatever platform of choice you want to go all in on, this is your year.
Yeah, it was funny. I was in your brother's live stream earlier, and he was really, he was talking to a lot of creators and trying to help them out. And he said the perfect thing, like, we're rooting for you. We really are. Every one of us as creators wants you as creators to do well on the platform, because the better the platform does overall, the more creators successfully create content, connect with target audience, start driving awareness to the platform and to your content as a video creator, the more validity comes to the thing we do. We still are in a day and age when you look at people and I say, people say, what do you do for a living? I have to phrase it carefully. If I say YouTuber, they laugh. I have to tell them I'm a professional content creator, because I think today, even to this day, people don't think that this job is real. So the more we grow, the more we become, the more we legitimately make the practice of being a professional content creator, the better off we are in the long run. Good luck trying to get a home loan or a mortgage when you tell the bank, yeah, what do you do for a living? Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. They're like, okay, good luck with this mortgage. It's tricky. So we want to see you succeed. We're rooting for you.
About 2 weeks ago, there was a fairly successful YouTuber on Twitter that was talking about this. That wildly successful YouTuber who was having difficulties getting a loan from a bank for a house because of the profession. Because
they can't wrap their heads around it, right? Banks, financial institutions, they don't think it's a real thing. There's no proven entity there. And good luck trying to do your taxes at the end of the year, because even my accountant looked at me and said, I have some things to learn when it comes to this content creation world. It's a new thing. It's still a new thing. Even though it's been around for a while, being a profession is something we want to see you all succeed in, so that it becomes more known and people accept it widely as the profession that it needs to be accepted as. It's a lot of work.
They'll catch up. Yeah. They'll catch up eventually. All right.
You want to spin this?
Wow, we have 116 entries. Ready?
Hector, let's do it.
Let's do it. 116. That's great.
16 is a
Lots
lot.
to choose from.
188 people here right now. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Doug Hewson, our own Doug Hewson, ladies and gentlemen. Man. Doug. Now Doug is a member of the battalion, my channel members. He's a member of Dee's channel membership. He's a member of all these. He's in Nick's. He is our man. So Doug, you've got one shot here, buddy. Please, if this doesn't work out, I think we're all going to retire. We're all going to hang up our hats.
Yeah.
Let me just pull up his channel really quickly.
Yeah. Come on,
The great Doug Hewson, ladies
Come on,
and gentlemen.
Doug.
The mod among mods, by the way, we always have to tip the hat to Doug. Without Doug, there would be not such an organized chat. He does such a great job across the platform for all of us, really help holding our live streams together and helping people out in the chat. Let me pull up the wheel of best practices here really quickly. All right, Doug, we're rooting for you. Let me make sure all the slices are back in place, and they are. Hector, let's do this. Fingers crossed. If anyone can do it, Doug can.
That's right. Doug, he's our man. He can't do it.
Link in the description. Let's go over to Doug's channel. Let's pull up a video, and let's see if Doug has put a link in the description. Let's pick something here that has done pretty well recently.
Daniel, we're going to up the stakes.
What?
If Doug doesn't get this, he's going to be demodded. He's going to be removed from mod status.
Really?
Across YouTube, across the board. If anyone is going to have this, it's going to be Doug. So we just up the stakes, Doug.
Doug, don't take this
mod
on.
privileges.
I don't know that I'm in on this, but I don't argue with D. He's the master of this one. So let me just grab one. I'm just going to find something and go. Oh, let's try this one right here. Is this a live stream? I'm just making sure. This isn't a live stream. It was talking about live stream requirements. I'm going to scroll down. And I don't even have to go. I don't even have to go below the fold. Stream starting right here. It says watch next. Streamlabs mobile app tutorial stream starting screen, and he's got a link right to another video. It was above the fold. Even though I clicked show more, it was there before I clicked it. Fantastic.
Advance.
Man, I'm so glad that he got that right. That would have been a tough one.
That would have been a disaster because it would have taken a lot of work to demod him across the entire platform.
You know how many channels he moderates for?
I was having scenes. Did you ever see The Deer Hunter when they're like, playing Russian roulette? Yeah, that's what that was. We just took it up a level. Okay, the word to type in right now is Doug because Doug, of course, is Doug, and he does an awesome job on the platform, and he is a fantastic moderator and human being as well. So type in the word Doug. You've got about 2 seconds. Hector, are you ready?
Hector is ready.
All right, let's go. Do the Doug, ladies and gentlemen.
The Dougie.
Do the Dougie. Doug says, I keep my mod power.
Wait a minute. Now, okay, hold on. We can't have Megan. Megan is my channel manager, my girlfriend, and she does not actually have a channel, so it would be unfair to pull her up because she doesn't actually have content on YouTube. So let's do this one more time. Can we spin again? Is it possible to spin again? Draw her again. Yeah, draw her again.
Let's go. Yep, it's running.
Hector, come on. You gotta stay up with us. Pet Connection International. And I can tell you, if Megan had any channel to choose instead of herself, she would have picked Pet Connection International because she is a pet lover.
Oh, really? Do you have any pets?
We have 2 cats.
2 cats? Oh, you're cat people. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I am actually a dog person, but, we can see who wears the pants in this family because Megan is a cat lover.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a cat lover by proxy.
There you go.
Okay, I think I have found the channel. Pet Connection International. Let me go over to the wheel of best practices and let it decide what it is we're going to take a look at. Clear thumbnails. We're back to clear thumbnails again. Are the thumbnails on your channel, Pet Connection International, very clear and make it easy for the viewer to understand what this channel might be about? Let me pull out the old man magnifying glass. We've got, this looks like this is a short. Yeah, I like that she's using custom thumbnails even for her shorts because that shows, I believe it's a she. I thought I saw It might be. I thought I saw a woman in here. But either way, this channel is using even thumbnails for their shorts. So when they're served outside of the short shelf, they have custom thumbnails. I like it. I see gerbils. Amazon top 7 for gerbils. Daily gerbil care routine. Looks like she's taking care of gerbils. Stomping feet. Why gerbils stomp their feet. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call this one. I'm gonna say these are pretty clear. I understand that she pretty much owns gerbils and guinea pigs up from here, and that's what I seem to be seeing. This is all about gerbils, guinea pigs as pets. I'm gonna call it a win.
I agree.
Advance.
Yeah, those are really clear. They're simple, but they get the point across. Like, I know by looking at those thumbnails that it's going to have something to do with the gerbil or pets in general. So yeah, good job on that one. So Daniel, so we have a lot of people who have moved on to the winners round today. You've been putting them all in a wheel. All the winners have been put in their own wheel. Daniel's going to spin the wheel to decide who actually is the champion of today's stream.
Yeah, let me just get this all saved up.
And by the way, if you have not given this a thumbs up yet, go ahead and give us a thumbs up underneath the live stream. It lets us know that you're enjoying the stream. It lets us know that maybe you're learning something. And we do appreciate you hanging out with us. We do this the second Saturday of every month here on the Streamyard channel. And the Streamyard channel is packed full of amazing shows. Almost every day of the week, they got some sort of an amazing show going on. So make sure you tune in for those as well.
And if you have live streamed before or haven't live streamed before, or interested in learning how to live stream, please, we've got links down below where you can sign up right now to Streamyard and start live streaming up to 20 hours free every single month. Streamyard is absolutely the simplest way to create an effective, good-looking live stream. It's the platform and process we're using right now to do this show. So please, if you've ever tried live streaming, thought about trying it, maybe you ran into problems, it seemed too difficult, try Streamyard. Click the links down below. It is absolutely the easiest way to start live streaming in 2022. Are we ready to spin this?
You know what? You know what we need to do really quick?
What's that?
I feel like I need to go back to the old school.
Okay.
We just moved out of sudden death on that one.
All right, we're going to do this. So this is our first official winner of spinning of the wheel for the winner of 2022. Whoever wins this, we'll be able to pick any single item from the StreamYard merch catalog. So let's go for this. Let's see who's going to win today.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
It's a good spin. It's a good spin.
Who's it going to be? Was it stuck?
There it is. We have today, it is Philippines Cheeks. Philippines Cheeks. Congratulations, Philippine Cheeks. What you need to do is Megan, my channel manager, will leave her email address, megan@danielbatal.com, into the, he'll put that in the chat. What you want to do is reach out to Megan and let her know that you are, your channel's Philippines Cheeks. She'll get you all connected to the link of where you can look at the different merch. We love the coffee mug. That's still our favorite. But you might like the hoodie. You might like the pillow. Who knows what you might. You might like the t-shirt. But they have a lot of cool stuff. You can pick anything we want, and we'll get that right out to you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Listen, everybody, 2022, I want you to crush this year. This is exciting. This is exciting. I think everybody's got some... this is going to be an amazing year for everybody. Like, YouTube is giving us so many tools. They're putting a ton of attention on live streaming. YouTube is getting ready to kick off their own podcasting part of the platform. So look, if you're a podcaster, if you're a live streamer, if you're a video creator, if you're a short form content creator, man, this is going to be the year for you. And
2022 is your year. Yeah, YouTube has never been bigger than it is right now. I promise you the opportunities are there. And remember, the second Saturday of every month, Dee and I will be here noon Eastern Standard Time to do this show again. So come on back. In the meantime, get out there. Try to implement some of the best practices we've talked about today. Come back again in 4 weeks, and you might have a chance to get your channel pulled up in the best practices and the live channel reviews to potentially win some StreamYard merch of your own and learn how to optimize your channel better.
I love it. Mr. Batal, thank you so much for your time today. Amazing show as usual. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Again, links to StreamYard down in the description below. And go check out some of the other shows they have on the StreamYard channel. They're doing some amazing things over here. And we will catch you next time, second Saturday of next month.
Peace.